I'm Alex Cardinale, and you're watching a Alex Cardinale Entertainment production right here on the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. Enjoy the show. Hello, fish keepers! Welcome to Aquatic Wetline. I'm your host, Aqua Alex Cardinale. And if there's one thing I am known for, it's for my passion and my love for monster predatory fish. And tonight on Aquatic Wetline, we're going to talk about predatory fish. And not just any predatory fish. We're going to talk about predatory fish that are perfect for beginners with large aquariums. I've got 10 awesome predatory fish species that I'm going to talk about tonight, including piranhas, Datnoids, Peacock Bass, Pike cichlids, and more. So get ready to learn about predatory fish. And in the comments, please feel free to post your favorite predatory fish in the chat or in the comments. And I see our good fishy friend Jamal has already posted some stats in the comments for us. He posted quite a few of them, which is awesome. So anyway, today we're going to talk about predatory fish, perfect for beginners with large aquariums. Now, what are your favorite predatory fish? Let me know in the comments. Mine, I have a whole bunch that I consider to be favorites. Arowanas are right up there among the top. I really love arowanas. Oscar cichlids are up there. Peacock bass, pike cichlids are up there. So a lot of the species that I'm going to mention tonight I have kept, and there are a couple of species that I'm going to talk about tonight that I have not kept for various reasons. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with a fish that is infamous. Even people that don't have aquariums or have never kept fish know about, and that is because of Hollywood. Hollywood has created some gossip about this fish, and it has given this fish a reputation that they really don't deserve, and that is piranhas. We're going to start with the most well-known piranhas, and that would be the Pygocentris piranhas. Now, the Pygocentris piranhas are actually some of the most beautiful piranhas. They are very, very cool. And there are different species of Pygocentris piranhas. The most infamous is the red belly piranha. Then there is the Caribe piranha and the pariah piranha and the Ternsneti piranha, which has become quite rare nowadays. So let me show you the different species of Pygocentris piranha. Now, in the aquarium hobby, right now, there are 3 that are readily available. There's the Caribe piranha, the pariah piranha, and the red belly piranha. The red belly piranha is the most infamous and most widely available in the aquarium hobby, so it's going to be the most affordable. Caribe and Pariahs are going to cost you some big bucks, but they are definitely worth it. Here is a picture of a beautiful Caribe piranha. It's known as a black spot red belly piranha also. Really cool piranha, my favorite of the Pygrocentris family. And then here is the classic red belly piranha. These are the ones that are famous from Hollywood. Really cool fish. Here is a freshly caught Caribe piranha from Venezuela. Really cool. And here is the beautiful Pariah piranha. Kind of like a red belly, but with yellow color. Really, really cool fish. But anyway, let's get into some information on the Pygrocentris piranhas. Now, piranhas in the Pygrocentris genus are the quintessential true piranhas, known for their powerful jaws and shoaling behavior. The most common species in the aquarium hobby is the red belly piranha, but the genus also includes the larger Pariah piranha and the Caribe piranha. Essential tank requirements for keeping the Pygrocentris piranhas. These guys are real easy to keep, and they are not the carnivorous killing machines that Hollywood makes them out to be. Rather, they are really fun fish to keep. They could be kind of skittish, but once they get used to their surroundings and their environment, you're going to enjoy keeping them, watching them eat. Now, because Pygrocentris piranhas are messy eaters and produce significant waste, specialized care is required. Adults need substantial space. So for Pygrocentris piranhas, I recommend aquariums 75 gallons and larger. Obviously, the bigger the better with piranhas. Try to go as large of an aquarium as you can, because in small spaces, Pygrocentris piranhas are just going to fight and kill each other and cannibalize each other. So try to provide as large of an aquarium as you can for Pygrocentris piranhas. 75 gallons would be sufficient for about 3, but if you want 3 or more, try for 180 and up. Now, use an oversized external canister filter or multiple filters capable of handling 50% more than your tank's volume. Frequent water changes of 10 to 25% weekly are necessary to manage nitrate levels. Water parameters, Pygrocentris piranhas come from South America, so their temperature should be 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. The pH should be slightly acidic to neutral, 6.0 to 7.5. The hardness should be soft to moderately hard. They are naturally timid, and they do prefer subdued lighting. So make sure you don't have strong lights on your aquarium, otherwise you're going to stress out your Pygrocentris piranhas. Provide plenty of hiding spots with driftwood, rocks, and hardy plants like Java fern to make them feel secure. Now, while famously carnivorous, and because of Hollywood, they're made out to be meat eaters and killing machines, but in reality, Pygrocentris are actually opportunistic omnivores. So the best foods to feed them in the aquarium hobby would include things like frozen or fresh white fish fillet, shrimp, krill, earthworms, and high-quality carnivorous pellets. Avoid feeder fish like goldfish, as they often carry diseases and lack proper nutrition. And goldfish have no nutritional value for piranhas or any other predatory fish. If you are going to feed live fish to piranhas and other predatory fish, I recommend things like baby convict cichlids, guppies, platies, mollies. Stay away from goldfish, stay away from carp, and stay away from barbs. Now, never feed them by hand. Always use tongs to prevent accidental bites, because remember, piranhas have teeth, but they don't realize they have teeth, and they're not going to realize that your hand is not food. They're fish, so they might mistake your hand for food, so always use tongs when feeding to prevent accidental bites. Shoaling. Now, unlike other piranhas that are solitary, Pygrocentrus species should be kept in groups of 5 or more. Smaller groups will often result in the dominant fish killing the others. So when keeping Pygrocentrus, aim for 5 or more. Tank mates. It is strongly recommended to keep them in a species-only tank. While some keepers have had success with large armored catfish like plecos, there is always a risk that they will end up being eaten. But plecos, Raphael catfish, Nigers, granulosus, Irwini catfish, they may work if the tank is large enough and there's plenty of hiding spaces. And that is the beautiful Pygrocentrus piranha, a amazing fish. Jamal says his favorite monster fish is the Lima shovel-nosed catfish. I love the Lima shovel-nosed catfish, and I'm actually thinking about getting one for my pond. I also love the tiger shovel-nosed catfish as well. Fish Fam is in the house. Hey, Fish Fam, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having a great start to your week so far. All right, moving on to our next predatory fish, which just so happens to be another species of piranha, but this is a single solitary species of piranha, and it is actually my favorite species of piranha. Now, the only piranhas I've ever kept are the piranhas we just talked about, the Pygrocentrus. I had some red bellies and Caribe piranhas back when I lived in Massachusetts. But this next piranha we're going to talk about is one of my dream fish. It's a fish that I want to keep, but unfortunately, these guys are illegal here in Florida, so it's going to be extremely hard for me to get. But if there's a will, there's a way. But anyway, let's talk about the black piranha, which is also known as the red-eye piranha or simply the rhombus piranha. This is actually a very large growing species of piranha. It is one of the largest species of piranhas out there. And I fear these guys more than I fear the Pygrocentrus piranhas. Now, the one thing that Pygrocentrus piranhas have is that they attack in groups. And what they attack is usually dead or dying animals. But the Ceratosaurus black piranha, it's much larger and its teeth are much sharper. They could easily slice off a finger or a thumb or do some damage to limbs. So that is why I fear the black piranha more than I fear Pygrocentrus piranha. But anyway, here is a beautiful black piranha that was freshly caught somewhere in South America. And as you can see, they are a beautiful jet black color and those dark red eyes, hence their common name, red-eye piranha. And they're also called the rhombus piranha because they are kind of shaped like a rhombus, which is really, really cool. But anyway, let me give you some information on the black piranha. The black piranha, often called the rom, is one of the most powerful and impressive fish in the piranha family. Unlike the more social red belly, the black piranha is a solitary apex predator that requires highly specialized care. Black piranhas are notoriously slow growing, but they can eventually reach lengths of 14 to 18 inches. Yes, they do grow really slow, and that is why people who specialize in piranhas or have kept piranhas for a long time, they might tell you that black piranhas are kind of boring to keep because they're not that active and they do take a while to grow. But I would love the opportunity to raise and grow out a black piranha. Now, a single juvenile can start in a 40 to 75 gallon aquarium, but because they get 14 to 18 inches long, an adult will eventually require a minimum of 120 to 150 gallons to accommodate its size and movement. They are extremely aggressive and territorial. They cannot be kept in groups or with other fish because they will attack and kill tank mates regardless of size. And as I said earlier, they have powerful teeth that could easily rip off chunks of other fish. So I would not mix them with any other fish unless you want to see a bloodbath in your aquarium. Now, as messy eaters, they need heavy filtration. Aim for a canister filter rated for at least 50% more than your tank's volume. And again, the black piranhas come from South America, so they need temperature of 74 to 84, pH 5.5 to 7.5, and make sure you do weekly water changes of 25 to 50% to keep your nitrates low. A varied high-protein diet is essential for their long-term health. They can live over 20 years. Feed fresh or frozen meaty food like fish fillets, tilapia, cod, whole shrimp, mussels, and earthworms. But never feed them mammal meat like beef heart because they cannot properly metabolize these fats. Also, avoid feeder fish from stores as they can often carry diseases and parasites. Now, juvenile black piranhas should be fed 3 to 5 times a week, while larger adults only need 1 to 3 meals per week to prevent obesity. The black piranha has one of the strongest bite forces relative to its size of any vertebrate. They may bite through heaters or internal wires, so it is best to use external heaters or sturdy heater guards. Never put your hands in the aquarium during feeding. Use long-handled tongs or an algae scraper to create a diversion if you must perform aquarium maintenance, because the black piranha has really a strong bite and can do some damage. But they are a pretty cool fish to keep, and they're definitely one of my favorite piranhas. So those are 2 awesome predatory fish to get us started. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the MBU puffer, the Fahaka puffer, and Peacock Bass. But right now, I want to tell everyone about our awesome aquarium competition that I have going on. It is called AquaMania. It's the very first aquarium competition airing on my YouTube channel. It's where you, the fish keepers, can show off your personal aquariums, your personal ponds for both freshwater and saltwater. So do you have an aquarium you're proud about? Do you have an aquarium you want to show off? Well, enter the AquaMania Aquarium Competition. This competition is airing on 2 nights in September. Night 1 will be freshwater, and night 2 will be saltwater. There will be a panel of judges judging everyone's aquarium, and the aquarium with the most points at the end of the show will win, and there will be an awesome prize for both nights. I'm going to unveil the prizes in a couple of weeks on the 12-year YouTube splash. But now you can enter now until September 6th. And here's more details on the AquaMania Aquarium Competition. So far, we only have 1 entry, but we would love to have many more.
Aqua Alex Cardinale is thrilled to announce the launch of AquaMania 2026, a groundbreaking aquarium competition set to make waves on YouTube. This first-of-its-kind event invites fish keepers from around the world, whether they specialize in freshwater, koi, or saltwater aquariums, to showcase their aquatic masterpieces and vie for the title of Best of the Best. Calling all fish keepers. AquaMania 2026 is a unique opportunity for fish enthusiasts to present their aquariums and fish in a dynamic, interactive format. Participants are invited to submit videos of their aquariums and ponds, which will be judged by Aqua Alex and a panel of experts. The competition will take place over 2 exciting nights, with winners determined by audience votes during the livestream. Event dates: Night 1, Freshwater and Koi, Tuesday, September 8, 2026. Night 2, Saltwater, Wednesday, September 9, 2026. Time, both nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Join us on the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel for a spectacular 2-night extravaganza celebrating the aquarium hobby. Expect to see stunning aquariums, learn about unique fish species, and discover the latest in aquarium supplies. This immersive livestream promises to be an unforgettable event for fish keepers and aquarium enthusiasts alike. Prize announcement. Details regarding the grand prize will be unveiled in the spring. Fish keepers can anticipate an exciting reward, potentially an online fish store gift card, for the top aquarium. How to enter. Film your aquarium or pond, capture a video of your aquarium or pond, highlighting the livestock and unique features. Email your entry, send your video to aqualexcardinale@icloud.com. Include your aquarium/pond size, the livestock it contains, and any additional details you wish to share. Confirmation. Once submitted, entrants will receive a confirmation email. The deadline for entries is September 6, 2026. Good luck fish keepers, and I hope to see you enter.
Alright, so make sure you guys enter AquaMania Aquarium Competition. And now, let's talk about our third predatory fish, the MBU pufferfish, the giant freshwater puffer. This is another fish species that I have yet to keep that I am talking about tonight, but it is a pufferfish that I really, really like. So, the MBU puffer is also known as the giant freshwater puffer. It is one of the largest and most intelligent freshwater fish available in the aquarium hobby. It is the largest freshwater puffer in the hobby also. It's often described as water puppies. They can recognize their owners and develop distinct personalities, but they require a massive commitment in space and care. MBU puffers grow exceptionally large, reaching up to 26 to 30 inches in length. A minimum of 300 to 500 gallons is recommended for an adult. Ideally, the tank should be at least 8 feet long and 3 feet wide to allow the fish room to turn comfortably. They are messy eaters with a high bioload. You need heavy-duty filtration, such as a large sump system or multiple oversized canister filters to keep nitrates low. Substrate: use fine, soft sand. MBU puffers enjoy wallowing or resting on the bottom, and coarse gravel can cause skin abrasions or infections. Bite proofing. Adult MBU puffers can easily bite through heaters, air lines, and filter intakes. Heaters should be kept in a sump or protected by a sturdy guard. Like all puffers, MBU puffers have teeth, a beak that grows continuously. The diet. Their diet must consist primarily of hard-shelled foods to naturally wear down their teeth. Key foods include whole snails, snails such as apple or ram's horn or Japanese trap snails are great for MBU puffers to snack on. Crayfish, crabs, and shell on shrimp are great foods for your MBU puffer. Clams and mussels on the half shell are great as well. Feed juveniles daily. Adults can be fed 2 to 3 times per week to prevent obesity. Warning: if their teeth become overgrown, they will be unable to eat, which may require manual trimming under sedation by a professional, usually a vet, and that costs a lot of money. So make sure you provide them plenty of snails and clams and mussels so that they can grind their teeth down. But they are really, really cool fish. Now, MBU puffers are scaleless, and they are highly sensitive to water quality. So make sure you have sufficient filtration, more than double your tank volume, and make sure you do plenty of water changes. Temperature 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. pH 6.8 to 8.0. and weekly water changes of at least 30 to 50% are necessary to maintain pristine conditions. Now, here's where things get complicated, and that is their temperament. Each fish is going to have their own individual personality, much like humans. So I can give you some advice, but it all boils down to the individual pufferfish itself. Now, MBU puffers are generally more laid back than other large puffers, but individual personalities vary wildly. Some are peaceful, while others are aggressive predators. Take mates. Many people say they are generally best kept in a solitary, species only aquarium, but for what has worked for many people has been schools of small tetras, small rasboras, small barbs. They have worked well with MBU puffers. But if attempted, take mate should be fast moving, non aggressive fish like large tetras or rainbows that won't compete for the puffer's food. And that is the beautiful NBU puffer, the giant freshwater pufferfish, a really, really cool fish. And I definitely agree with Fish Fam Link. Show some love by liking this video and subscribe to stay in the loop. I definitely agree 100%. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Alright, so now we move on to our next freshwater puffer that stays a little bit smaller than the NBU puffer, but is quite more aggressive. That is the Fahaka puffer, aka the Nile puffer. Now, the Fahaka puffer or Nile puffer is essentially the NBU's slightly smaller, much angrier cousin. Known for their striking stripes and high intelligence, they are notoriously aggressive and will generally view anything else in the tank as food or a target. While smaller than the NBU puffer, they still reach a substantial 16 to 18 inches. A minimum of 125 gallons is required for an adult. A 125-gallon 6-foot tank is the standard recommendation to provide enough swimming room. The footprint is more important than the height, especially for Fahaka puffers. Now, Fahaka puffers are literal waste factories. Use oversized filtrations and be prepared for 50% weekly water changes to keep ammonia and nitrates at zero. And just like the NBU puffer, they love to bury themselves. Use a deep bed of soft sand. Gravel can damage their skin and cause stress. A sandy substrate is vital for their natural burying behavior. Their teeth grow rapidly and must be worn down mechanically. Hard foods. Their diet must be at least 80% hard-shelled prey. This includes crayfish, snails, crabs, clams, and shell-on shrimp. Soft foods. Occasional treats like earthworms or fish fillet are okay, but feeding only soft food will lead to overgrown teeth, which then means they can't eat, and that'll require veterinarian surgery. Now, these fish are known as the murder bean, solitary only. Fahakas are species only fish. They are highly territorial and possess a bite that can easily snap a finger or bite another fish in half. However, there have been some docile Fahaka puffers, so again, it all boils down to the fish's individual personality. Despite their aggression towards other fish, they often become very attached to their owners, following movement outside the glass and begging for food. The Fahaka puffer are strictly freshwater from the Nile River. That's why they're known as the Nile puffer. Temperature 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 7.0 to 8.0 pH, and that is the Fahaka puffer, the Nile puffer. And now the NBU puffer and the Fahaka puffer are two of the largest freshwater puffers available in the aquarium hobby. Well, we go from puffers now to cichlids. And this next fish is one of my favorite South American cichlids. It's known as a bass, but in reality, it really is a cichlid. And of course, we are talking about the peacock bass, also known as its scientific genus, cichla. I love peacock bass. I have kept many species of peacock bass. I've kept the Temensis peacock bass. I've kept the mono peacock bass. I've kept the Ocellaris peacock bass. And I've kept the Orinoco peacock bass. Now, this year, I'm going to be having a beautiful 100,000 gallon koi pond. And I think it would be awesome to maybe have some peacock bass in with my koi and my Oscars and all the other fish I'm eventually going to have. Now, one peacock bass that I recently got introduced to is a hybrid, but it's a beautiful peacock bass. If I remember correctly, the name is Cobra Skin Peacock Bass, something like that. But it is an absolutely gorgeous fish. Let's see if I can find the image here. Here it is. So this is known as the Cobra Peacock Bass or Cobra Skin Peacock Bass. I forgot the name, but it's a really, really cool looking peacock bass, and I'd love to have that in my pond. Really, really cool. I forgot what species it was a hybrid of. I think it was an intermedia and a kelberry. I am not 100% positive, so don't quote me on that. I'll have to look that up again. But really, really cool peacock bass. Now, peacock bass are not actual bass, but they are large, aggressive South American cichlids. They're known for their incredible colors and explosive predatory strikes. They are some of the fastest growing fish in the aquarium hobby. Now, the biggest mistake fish keepers make is underestimating their growth. Even the smaller species, like the kelberry or intermedia, reach 18 to 20 inches, while the Temensis peacock bass can easily exceed 3 feet in length. Juveniles grow an inch or more per month. An adult pair or small group requires a 240 to 300 gallon tank at minimum. The tank must be wide, at least 30 inches in front to back, to allow these powerful swimmers to turn. These are high metabolism predators. You need massive filtration, ideally a large sump to handle the ammonia from their protein heavy diet. Peacock bass are tropical and sensitive to old water. They prefer it warm, 80 degrees Fahrenheit to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Lower temperatures can suppress their immune systems. They are very sensitive to nitrates. Weekly water changes of 50% or more are standard for successful keeping. Now, in the wild, they are 100% fishivorous, meaning in the wild they only eat live fish. However, in a home aquarium, you can train them to eat other foods. It is vital to pellet train them early. Start with frozen bloodworms or silver sides and transition to high protein carnivore pellets like the ones Akari makes. Avoid feeders. Goldfish and rosy reds are nutritionally poor and often introduce parasites like hexamida, hole in the head disease, which peacock bass are highly susceptible to. Peacock bass and Oscars are really susceptible to hexamida, hole in the head disease, so avoid feeding goldfish and rosy reds. Now, unlike piranhas or Fahaka puffers, peacock bass are social and do well in monster fish community aquariums. Compatible tank baits include large South American freshwater stingrays, Datnoids, arowanas, and large catfish like red tails, tiger shovelnose, and any of the Doradid species. But there is an important rule when it comes to keeping peacock bass. If a tank mate can fit in the peacock bass mouth, it will be eaten. So if a fish can't fit in its mouth, consider it gone. Consider it toast. Consider it dinner. Their mouths hinge open much wider than they appear, and they can swallow fish you think they would not be able to eat, but they can. So remember the golden rule when keeping peacock bass. If a tank mate can fit in its mouth, it will be eaten. And that is the beautiful peacock bass. I can't wait to have some in with my koi. They're definitely a amazing fish. I love peacock bass. Well, coming up next, we're going to talk about pike cichlids and Datnoids. But first, I want to invite you to my flagship program coming up this Saturday. I want to invite you to this Saturday's Saturday with Alex Cardinale, and then next Saturday and next Sunday, a double weekend for Saturday with Alex Cardinale. When I come back, we'll talk about pike cichlids and Datnoids. Get ready for an action-packed Saturday on the next Saturday with Alex Cardinale. Live this Saturday, February 21st, 2026, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Learn about the honey badger as the animal of the world. Aqua Alex will educate you on the Lima shovelnose catfish and the marble de chara catfish. Plus, learn ways to use your tax return. Learn why it's important to support small businesses. What will the featured seagrass farms fish be? Plus, play a double round of 2 Truths and a Lie on Instagram and TikTok. All that and more, including a WrestleMania rewind as we get ready for WrestleMania 42. Let's look back at Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho from WrestleMania 19. All that and more, live this Saturday, February 21st at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, right here on Alex Cardinale Entertainment.
Double Saturday with Alex Cardinale Weekend Fun. Get ready, WWE fans. We're thrilled to announce an epic double Saturday with Alex Cardinale Weekend. Join us for an action-packed adventure on February 28th and March 1st, 2026. Event details. Saturday, February 28th, 2026 at 4 p.m. Eastern/12 noon PT. Elimination Saturday with Alex Cardinale kicks off the weekend. Dive deep into the 2026 WWE Elimination Chamber event preview. Relive iconic Elimination Chamber matches from the past. Play 2 Truths and a Lie, Elimination Chamber style. And so much more. Sunday, March 1st, 2026 at 10 p.m. Eastern/7 p.m. Pacific. Sunday with Alex Cardinale wraps up the weekend. Get a comprehensive recap of the 2026 WWE Elimination Chamber. Discover a brand new segment featuring a koi from Next Day Koi. Plus, additional surprises await. Don't miss out. All the excitement is happening on the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and mark your calendars. You won't want to miss a minute of the fun. Join Alex Cardinale for an unforgettable weekend of wrestling excitement and entertainment. See you there.
Well, we go from one large predatory South American cichlid to another. Now we're going to talk about the pike cichlid, which has always been a favorite of mine. So we're going to take a look at some amazing pike cichlids. Now, this beautiful pike cichlid is known as the Atabapo red pike cichlid. Really, really beautiful fish. I love the larger pike cichlids. I think the larger pike cichlids are cool, especially the red pike. Now, this picture is a pike cichlid that I had. It is one of my dream pikes, and I had the opportunity to have it. The orange Xingu pike, which comes from the Rio Xingu River in South America. Really, really cool, aggressive pike, and I was glad to have the opportunity to have it. But this is what many fish keepers consider the holy grail of pike cichlids, the Zabrina pike. The Zabrina pike is very, very cool, but it's also very predatory and will eat anything that fits in its mouth, but still a really cool cichlid, pike cichlid nonetheless. Now, pike cichlids are the ambush predators of the South American cichlid world. They are elongated, highly intelligent, and they range in size from the 3-inch dwarf pikes to the 24-inch monster pike cichlids. The pike category is broad, so your tank size depends entirely on the species group. And there are 3 species groups of pike cichlids. There is the dwarf pike Regini group, which stay under 3 to 5 inches, and they can live in a 20 to 30 gallon aquarium. There's your medium pikes, which are your Saxtilis group. They reach anywhere from 6 to 10 inches, and they need a 55 to 75 gallon aquarium. And there's your giant pikes, the Luguburus group, which reach 12 to 24 inches and require 125 gallons and larger. Now, pikes are territorial ambush hunters. They don't like open water. They like structure, like caves and driftwood. You could also use PVC pipes, hollow logs, or driftwood to create caves. Each pike needs its own home base. Substrate, sand is best. Many species like to hover near or rest on the bottom. Lids, mandatory. Pikes are powerful jumpers, especially when startled or chasing prey. Ensure your lid is weighed or locked. Most pikes come from soft, acidic blackwater environments, and they love a temperature between 76 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. pH 5.5 to 7.0 is ideal, but many pikes are now captive bred, so many captive bred species can tolerate up to 7.5. They are sensitive to dissolved organics. High nitrates can lead to hole in the head disease. So make sure you do weekly water changes. 30 to 50% are required. Now, by nature, pike cichlids are fishivorous, fish eaters. So in the home aquarium, you can feed them frozen krill, silver sides, and high quality pellets. But you can also give them live treats on occasion, like guppies, mollies, platies, baby convicts, or earthworms are great. Now they have a high metabolism and can be aggressive during feeding. Use long tongs to ensure each fish in the aquarium gets its share. Now, pike cichlids are known for being conspecific aggressive. Conspecific means they hate other pikes. They hate other Crenicichla species. Unless you have a massive aquarium or a confirmed mated pair, keep 1 pike cichlid per aquarium. They can live with other large cichlids like Oscars, Severums, or fast-moving fish like silver dollars and other large monster fish. And again, pikes have a golden rule, just like peacock bass. If a fish is narrow enough to fit in the pike's mouth, it is a snack. Their mouth can expand significantly to swallow prey nearly half their size. And that is the beautiful pike cichlid. Well, when you speak about beautiful, you have to talk about our next fish. This is a beautiful fish that's often called the tiger fish. And obviously, I am talking about Datnoids. Datnoids are also known as the tiger perch, and I love Datnoids. When I first got into monster fish so many years ago, Datnoids were on the top of my list. Now, I've only kept about 2 or 3 species of Datnoids. I've had the Indonesian tiger, I've had the North Thailand tiger Datnoid, and I've had the silver Datnoid. But I love all 4 Datnoids. They're all really, really cool. So right now on the screen is a picture of the NGT Datnoid, New Guinea tiger Datnoid. This is one of my dream species. One of my fish that I want to keep in the future. Really, really beautiful Datnoid. And then here is a Indonesian tiger Datnoid. Really, really cool. And then we have another beautiful Datnoid. I believe this one is a poulter or a wide bar or a Siamese tiger Datnoid. A really expensive fish, but a really beautiful fish. This is another beautiful Datnoid. And this is one of my NTT Datnoids I had a number of years ago. Really, really cool fish. Can't go wrong with a Datnoid or a tiger perch. So, Datnoids are often called tigerfish. They are iconic freshwater predators, known for their bold vertical stripes and prehistoric appearance. They are slow growing, but highly prized monsters that can live for over 15 years. The most common species in the aquarium hobby include the Indonesian tiger, which is the most common, 3-bar or 4-bar pattern, and they grow to 12 to 16 inches. Silver Datnoid is smaller and more tolerant of brackish water, grows to 10 to 12 inches. NTT Datnoid grows to 10 to 12 inches as well. And then the poulter or Siamese tiger or wide bar Datnoid, the Holy Grail, is now rare and extremely expensive due to wild population bans. And these are also the largest. They grow up to 18 plus inches. And then occasionally you'll come across New Guinea tiger Datnoid, which is one of my favorites. Now, due to their deep bodies and eventual size, an adult Datnoid will need an aquarium at least 120 gallons and larger. A 6-foot tank is standard for adults. Datnoids are very sensitive to ammonia and nitrates. Keep nitrates below 20 ppm through heavy filtration and weekly water changes. Parameters 76 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit and 7.0 to 8.0 pH. Let's talk about instability issues with Datnoids. Datnoids can burn, which means turn dark or black when stressed or unhappy with water quality. This is called being unstable. So if you have a Datnoid in your aquarium and you notice that it's turning dark and turning black, that means it's stressed and you could have issues with your water quality. That means there's likely a fish that is bullying your Datnoid or something is wrong with your water quality causing it to become unstable. So pristine water quality and hiding spots as well as a good diet will help maintain their bright yellow and gold stable colors. Feeding and training. Datnoids are strictly carnivorous ambush hunters. They can be notoriously stubborn and refuse anything but live food. Again, it all boils down to the individual fish. I've had Datnoids that would eat market shrimp and tilapia right away, and then I've had others that I've had to wean onto market shrimp and tilapia. It all boils down to the individual Datnoid. But you must train them first. You must pellet train them. Start with frozen bloodworms or market shrimp and slowly mix in carnivore pellets. Once they get a taste for whatever food you offer, they will be pigs and they will eat pretty much anything. Feed a variety of shrimp, mussels, whitefish fillet, and high quality pellets. Avoid fatty feeder goldfish because, like I said earlier, feeder goldfish have no nutritional value for any fish, really. Now, Datnoids are generally peaceful towards other species, but they can be aggressive towards other Datnoids. But they can also be kept with other Datnoids as well. Keep either one per tank or a group of 5 or more to spread out aggression. Small groups of 2 or 3 usually lead to the dominant fish bullying the others to death, so have 4 or more to help spread it out. They are the perfect community fish for monster aquariums. They pair well with arowanas, peacock bass, stingrays, and larger polypterous bikers, and that is the beautiful Datnoid. I love Datnoids. They are a incredible fish. Well, coming up next, we're going to talk about the Chinese perch and the Payara. But first, I've got one more quick commercial for you. Did you know that I have my own merchandise? Up on the screen right now is a special QR code. Scan that QR code and it's going to take you to my website where you can purchase Aquatic Wetline merchandise, AquaMania merchandise, the ACE 12 YouTube Splash merchandise, and more. Here is more information on my merchandise. All right, all right. Right now, let's go ahead and talk about the Chinese perch. Now, this is a perch that I have yet to keep, and I really, really want to keep one day. I think a Chinese perch will look beautiful in a large pond, especially like one that I am going to have. Now, if you have never seen a picture of a Chinese perch, here is one for you. Look at that beautiful fish. It looks like a bass, but it's a perch, just like the Datnoid, except it grows much larger than the Datnoid. I love the red stripes on the Chinese perch. It really is such a beautiful fish. So, let me give you some information on the Chinese perch. Now, the Chinese perch is famously known as the Mandarin fish in its native range. It is a formidable temperate water predator. Unlike the other colorful saltwater mandarin dragonet, this is a large, powerful monster fish that requires significant space and specific temperature control. This species grows rapidly and reaches an impressive 24 to 28 inches in length. A juvenile may start in a smaller setup, but an adult requires a minimum of 180 gallons and larger. Because they are sit and wait ambush predators, the tank should be at least 3 times as long as the fish and deep enough for them to turn comfortably. Provide ample hiding spots using driftwood, large rocks, or caves. They are naturally shy and territorial. Having a secure home base reduces stress. Sand is generally preferred as it allows them to exhibit natural behaviors. Chinese perch originate from river basins in East Asia and are temperate, meaning they prefer cooler water than standard tropical fish. But they can be kept ideally in 68 degrees Fahrenheit to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So ideally, they're perfect here in South Florida to live in ponds with koi and such. pH maintained between 6.5 and 7.5. High protein intake means heavy waste. Use oversized filtration and perform weekly 30 to 50% water changes to keep ammonia and nitrites at zero. They are strictly carnivorous and primarily live fish eaters in the wild. Most wild-caught specimens will initially only accept live prey. You must patiently wean them onto frozen food like shrimp, fish fillet, and silver sides. The mouth rule. Their mouths are exceptionally large. Never house them with any fish that can fit inside, as they can swallow prey nearly half their own body length. Generally peaceful towards fish too large to be eaten. However, they are sedentary and can easily be bullied by high energy or aggressive fish like cichlids. Best mates include large calm fish such as Datnoids, large bikers, or larger catfish. And that is the Chinese perch. And now we're going to talk about the Pyara, the vampire tetra. Now, this might be a fish that I get some controversy over because tonight I'm talking about predatory fish that are easy to keep and perfect for beginners. Now, these guys might be hard to get to eat at the beginning, but once you get them eating, they will grow and do well. So here's a picture of a wild-caught Pyara, such a really, really cool fish. So let me give you some information on Pyara. Pyaras are known as the saber-toothed barracuda or vampire tetra. They're one of the most visually striking predators in the aquarium hobby. They're known for their massive fangs that protrude from their lower jaw, fitting into specialized sheaths in their upper head. There are a couple of species of Pyara. There is the scone, which grows to 18 to 24 inches. These are the most common, but have a reputation for sudden death syndrome in home aquaria due to stress or poor oxidization. There's the Armatus pariah, the giant pariah, the hardiest and most desirable. They grow faster and larger, up to 3 feet, and are much more active and aggressive. And there is the red tail pariah, which is smaller, 10 to 12 inches, and slightly easier for hobbyists with tanks under 200 gallons. Pyara are open water hunters from fast-moving river environments. An adult Armatus pariah requires a massive footprint, at least 200 to 300 gallons. They are incredibly fast and can injure themselves by hitting the glass if the tank is too small. They require high oxygen levels. Use powerful power heads or wave makers to stimulate river currents. Pristine water is non-negotiable. Pariah are specialized fishivores. Most pariah will only eat live food initially. Because they have high metabolisms, they can starve quickly if they refuse frozen food. It is notoriously difficult to get them onto pellets or frozen food. You often have to trick them using a strong current to make frozen silverside or shrimp appear alive. And that is the Pyara. They can be kept with fish that are too big to be eaten. So keep them with fish like Datnoids, Peacock Bass, or large stingrays. They can be kept in groups, but only in very large volumes where they can't corner each other. And that is the Pyara. We've got one last predatory fish we're going to talk about. Up next, we're going to talk about the wolffish. But now, I invite you to a very special event. I invite you to the 12th year anniversary. That's right, Aqua Alex and my YouTube channel celebrate 12 years on March 26th and March 27th, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Get some new fish, see me get some new fish, a huge fish surprise, and more on the 12-year YouTube Splash, March 26th and March 27th. Here is some more amazing information on that.
12 years splashing, 12 years strong. Aqua Alex, we sing along. Hey! Hey! Hit that play, see the bubbles rise. New core flash, like fireworks under glass. Tropical colors rush across the screen. Every tank you show feels like a dream. Aqua Alex, we've been swimming right here with you from the first little
Get ready for the second annual South Florida Saturday with Alex Cardinale. Join us for an unforgettable evening as we wrap up the celebratory week with the biggest Saturday episode yet. Airing live on March 28th, 2026 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time / 7 p.m. Pacific Time. This is the collab you've been waiting for. Special guest, Paul Cafaro. Just 24 hours after headlining Night 2 of the 12th YouTube Splash, the incredible Paul Cafaro is teaming up with Aqua Alex Cardinale. Together, they'll take you on a guided tour of Paul's ranch, showcasing his amazing aquariums and unique animals, including playful otters and exotic birds. Dive into South Florida fun, but that's not all. Aqua Alex Cardinale will also explore the St. Lucie County Aquarium and dive into all the fun and facts that South Florida has to offer. It's a celebration of aquatic life and regional wonders you won't want to miss. Save the date, March 28th, 2026, time 10 p.m. Eastern / 7 p.m. Pacific where Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. Mark your calendars, spread the word, and get ready to conclude your week in style with us. We can't wait to see you there.
All right, and now we're talking about our final predatory fish, which is the wolffish. And the freshwater wolffish comes from South America, and there are different species of wolffish. You have your Hapala species, which includes the black wolffish, the common wolffish, and the Amara wolffish. So the Amara wolffish is the largest freshwater wolffish, which generally gets about 3 feet, and they need a massive aquarium. Here is a picture of a black wolffish, which is a wolffish I recommend keeping. These guys get 16 inches. They're not as aggressive as the common wolffish or the Amara, but they're really, really cool. And then there's the rainbow wolffish and the redfin wolffish, which are great. But I'm going to do a show again in the future on wolffish, going over all the amazing wolffish information. I'm just losing my voice from talking so much. But this has been an amazing episode of Aquatic Wetline. I want to thank all the amazing fish keepers for tuning in and being part of this great show. If you watched live, thank you so much. If you watched the replay of this episode, thank you so much, fish keepers. Please like this video, please share this video, and please post any questions you have in the chat and I will answer them. Fish keepers, if you are not yet subscribed, make sure to go ahead and subscribe for more amazing fish videos. I'll have plenty of pond videos coming your way and more awesome episodes of Aquatic Wetline and my other fish keeping series as well. So thank you for watching, Fish Keepers. On the next episode of Aquatic Wetline, I'm going to talk about the best catfish from South America, including shovelnose, Irwini cats, and more. So get ready to learn about the best catfish from South America. Happy fish keeping, everyone, and I'll see you on the next episode of Aquatic Wetline. Tank on, everyone. Happy fish keeping, and I'll see you next time. Aqua Alex signing off from Port St. Lucie. Thank you for watching this episode of the Alex Cardinale Entertainment. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did enjoy the show, please smash that like button and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel so you'll be notified when I upload a new video or I go live next. And also, share this video on social media so other people can be entertained from the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video.